Hi, Kevin Blanche. This country is on the verge of a fucking nuclear disaster. This country keeps playing Russian fucking roulette with China syndrome on fucking Balco. Over and over and over. And how many bullets are we gonna fucking dodge? Honestly, how many fucking bullets? And these fuckers want to build more. They want to build. The earthquake that happened in the east, my opinion is we're gonna start to see more events. This earth has changed. This freaking weather pattern has changed. The old regression and the old charts that you guys work do not work. And if you look, let's be clear, just this year alone, we had Fukushima and we're all sucking up plutonium from that, and the fucking lies that have gone by fucking not just the Japanese government, by the world agencies. We had Cahoon in Nebraska, we had the flooding in Mississippi, we had the freaking fire in freaking Los Alamos. Okay, now we had this. They're in a freaking shutdown right now. And if you don't think shutdowns are fucking dangerous, oh, like I said, China syndrome on fucking Balco. Look, and you say, oh, well, they handled them all. Oh, did they handle them all? There's plenty of reports in fucking Cahoon in Nebraska. They had a fucking meltdown and it was fucking covered up. There's plenty of fucking reports coming in fucking out of New Mexico that fucking, there was some fucking material released via the fucking fire. Some of those cans fucking blew. There's plenty of reports. Who knows the fucking truth? Because they lied to us. They lied to us. They lied. Look at the fucking levels that are coming out of Fukushima. They're lying. Look at the blackout we have on the fucking meeting. And if you don't think the government lies about nuclear fucking energy, they've been lying for 51. I used to tell everybody for years and years and years that my father, the Special Forces Marine, was marched into the fucking desert, put at ground zero, and fucking nuked. And nearly died at the fucking blast. Fucking woke up in a fucking hospital. Excuse me, in San Diego. I used to tell people that story. My uncle, his brother, was at the Pentagon, a fucking full colonel at the fucking time. He knew the story. You know, they were fed LSD. I used to tell people they'd look at me, professors, educated, smart people, they would look at me like I had 3 fucking eyeballs. Literally. And you people that think that fucking plutonium causes 3 eyeballs, that is fucking total bullshit fucking too. It kills you 20, 30 years later. It enters the food chain. It lays in your fucking bone marrow. And these motherfuckers want to build more. They want to build more. Are you kidding me? How many bullets are we going to dodge? I used to tell people the story of my father and they would like, oh my, they would look at me like I was completely insane. Well, it all come out, the Freedom of Information. 40,000 men marched into the fucking desert, nuked like guinea pigs. Some of them died right at the fucking site. Fed LSD to try to fucking alter their fucking memory. Fact. They're called atomic veterans. Every fucking one of them fucking dead. So if you trust these fuckers, and look, it is China syndrome on fucking Balco. Literally, the China syndrome, if you don't know what China syndrome is, that is just a core meltdown. Beer cannot cool. That was all that spraying in Japan going on. When these things shut down, they have to be cooled. Now let's remember this. Remember this. Here is where my China syndrome on Balco comes from. The spent fuel rods are stored on site. They were never intended to be stored on site. Never. They were never designed that. There is where my term comes. I use on Balco and everything. That's mine. And you plagiaristic motherfuckers out there, remember, science fiction, economics, mine. Cordial conversations are dangerous, passionate, intelligent arguments get mine. I have dozens of them. They're all over. On Balco's mine. I already got plagiarized freaking the other day. Well, I won't even get into that. But look, and these guys want to build more. There's hearings right now in Florida, in Utah, here, in freaking California. When you show up, I will frame the argument for you. Show up, pack these freaking hearings. Show up there, get there, organize, get there. I will frame your argument. How can we build more facilities when we cannot even handle the ones that we have? The infrastructure has crumbled. An independent study was done for over a year by AP. Long before Fukushima said 25% of all freaking nuclear facilities in this country are leaking into the infrastructure. They don't have bladder systems around them. They don't. This stuff is leaking into the 1,000-year half-lives. And you people need, this earthquake. I would be a freaking. I mean, this has got the potential to be the biggest catastrophe in the history of the freaking world. And we keep playing Russian roulette with China syndrome over and over and over. We must address. And why don't we have the money? Why don't we have? Here we go again, China. Why don't we have the money? They say, we don't have the money to fix it. You arrogant, filthy, stinking rich fuck. Yeah, because these fucking elites fucking are exploiting people in China. That's why this country's fucking broke. Make no mistake about it. The Eastern European, the United States fucking banking sector and everything, we all went broke for one reason. We sent our jobs to China. The pie has went like this in Asia. It's went like this here. When you freaking Your working class goes like this, everything falls apart. We've got to address the ones we have. We are playing, seriously, we are playing Russian roulette with fucking China syndrome on Balco, for real. If we ever do have a fucking major accident, and if it happens in the eastern United States, God for fucking bid, this would be the most catastrophic fucking thing that ever happened in the history of the fucking world. It's time for people to fucking pull their head out of their ass. And as far as you guys do your fucking money, when you're watching the ticker come across fucking CNBC and they turn the fucking sound off, and if I have to have that, hear that fucking moron Kramer fucking say, oh, fucking sell, 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 sell when the market's down. Buy, 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 buy when the market's up. That guy is a babbling fucking buffoon who's right place, born with a silver spoon so far up his fucking ass. Those guys are fools. Keep fucking listening to him and you will go fucking broke. Kevin Blanche.